I want to say. I mean, first of all, foremost for these kids out here, you know, like, it's so bad out here. I just read yesterday on Newsweek that they call Wilmington, aka Murder Town, aka AIDS Town, aka Gay State. You know what I mean? That's bad down here. I've been down here for about 14 years already, and honestly, to tell you the truth, what only makes it Murder Town is the kids. They going around murdering everything, you know what I mean, killing everything, just because the simple fact that they're not getting no caring at home, they dad not in their lifetime. And not even that, like, I know young boys where their dad gets locked up and they find their dad guns and they go out there and they start killing and murdering everything in the streets. And then, you know what I mean, not to speak on that, but with them killing and murdering everything in the streets, as soon as they get locked up, they telling, they don't know how much they putting themselves in jeopardy. I'm a middleman out here in these streets, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I'm a hood good boy. But at the end of the day, I know for a simple fact, when I was locked up, and kids that used to tell on OGs when I was locked up, we was hearing about it before they even went to go through it. And the crazy part about this whole situation is, like, the kids down here, they're not even built like that. They're not hardcore. I mean, you go to any other different state, you know what I mean? You see kids up there that do off the wall shit. These kids down here, to me, they soft, but they got heart, and they need somebody like me that's gonna preach to them and let them know that, you know what I mean, what you doing out here ain't gonna get you nowhere in life, basically. You feel me? Now, bro, I've been through everybody's stage out here, you know what I mean? I was there once. I had the guns, the monies, the cars, the females, whatever you want to call it. I was there, and you know what I mean? It didn't get me nowhere far in life. You know what I mean? Only way it got me to the point when I was like 15, females was calling me whores. I'm 24 now. I'm so glad I'm past that stage, but at the end of the day, you got females, people looking at me like I'm some type of killer, I'm some type of murderer, I'm a whore. You don't want to be cussed out here like that, because you gotta understand something about Wilmington, Delaware. It is made for the white folks only. This is a white state. You feel me? So at the end of the day, everything that they do, they're putting themselves in something. You feel me? They don't know what they're doing. They might be putting themselves in the system. They might be, you know what I mean, fucking out there in the streets for another person to hear about that, come back up to them and kill them over something like that. Which I don't think that's good, you know what I mean? So today I want to give it like a little, you feel me, like a little question for that, how they can change it. You can go through the steps I did, you know what I mean? Like, I just kept my mind in the books in school, you know what I mean? I kept doing what I had to do. I had people to push me, I had help, you know what I mean? And it's okay if I can understand why these kids don't feel like they want that help or they need that help. You know what I mean? You got people out here that I know for sure that, you know what I mean, they live in the hood. And I ain't saying they hood. It don't matter where you from, where you at. It's not about all that. But at the end of the day, you cannot go inside somebody else's hood telling them that, look, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be doing that, when you ain't got nothing but fucking attempt to sell drugs on your record. That's nothing, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I have 14 felonies out of my whole entire lifetime. I talk to these kids, and they listen to me. Just yesterday, I was in the hood, walking all around the hood. You know what I mean? Talking to the little kids, getting their questions, then they answers. You feel me? Asking them all types of sort of things. Like I asked the little young boy yesterday, why do you feel like you gotta murder everything because you mad? You know what he told me? I feel like that because a female made me feel like that. That's another thing. You know what I mean? I don't respect how these females out here is just acting to these young boys. Or I'm not even talking about boys like, you know what I mean, men like me or in my age limit. I'm talking about these young boys from 12 to 15. You know what I mean? You got these females pushing them around. They got new style down here. You know what I mean? So you got females calling them all types of shit. You see a boy down here with some skinny legs and a pair of J's on, he gay. That's not true. You feel me? You don't know what that man's style is. You don't know what he's about. Then you see that man again, he on TV killing people. You don't know if that was his issue for him to piss him off. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is that Wilmington, Delaware needs to stand up. The black people down here need to stop arguing, killing each other. Stand up for their damn selves. Be something. You know what I mean? Stop doing this street shit. Because this ain't nothing but what the government supporting anyway. They gave you all the guns, the liquor store, the weed, the drugs. And y'all doing everything that they basically wanted y'all to do. They make y'all look like an animal. It's not making them look like an animal. It's making y'all look like an animal. You know what I mean? So you kids, if you really watching this, it's for all you murder town kids that call yourself murder gangs down here. If you really watching this, I'm a real nigga. I done been shot somebody 15 million times out of my lifetime. That's nothing to me. And I regret everything I do. So I know at the end of the day, when y'all killing somebody, y'all crying and boo-hooing, wishing that y'all never did that. And I want you to know something. This is a good message to y'all for y'all to understand some things. Stay in school. Keep your mind on the fucking books. Away from the females. Away from the fucking weed. Away from the streets, period. Do something with yourself. Because the number one thing is, you're going to need a fucking job. Because when you get older, you're 15 now. When you turn 30 from here on out, say if you wanted to retire when you were 60, you can't even do that. Because you ain't going to have no money to your fucking self. All you going to know is the damn streets. And that's not good. You got kids up here, my kids, they growing up watching this shit. I don't want my sons like that. I know nobody else don't want their other kids like that shit. So, you know what I mean? With that whole murder situation, y'all need to dig that shit. Because Wilmington ain't murder town. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's very hard. I want no mother, no father ever go through this, ever.
This is how Shirley Chambers likes to remember her children, 4 happy kids and a mother beyond proud. But then in 1995, she began losing them, one by one. Not to disease, not to car accidents, but to gun violence, all right in her own neighborhood. Carlos was first, then 18 years old. It happened after an argument with a friend at school.
Next day, he came back and he shot Carlos right on the street.
5 years later, in April of 2000, it was 15-year-old LaToya, Shirley's only daughter.
She was beautiful. She had it all. She was my baby. Yeah, LaToya.
LaToya was accidentally shot by a 13-year-old who had somehow gotten a hold of a gun.
He was trying to shoot someone else and he hit LaToya.
Then 3 months after LaToya was killed, Shirley's oldest son, Jerome, was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting.
Jerome was 23 when he got killed.
At that point, all she had left was Ronnie. They stuck together for more than a decade, pulling each other through the tough times. And then, last weekend, in front of this tree on Chicago's near southwest side, he too was killed, gunned down while sitting in a car. Ronnie was 33. He'd been living with Shirley, which is the way she wanted it.
I wanted to just keep him close because he was the only one left.
One of the most powerful speeches came from Chandra Robinson, whose 18-year-old son, Dino Wooldridge, was shot dead on his grandmother's front porch in Chicago nearly 3 years ago.
Good afternoon. I would first of all like to say thank you to all of you all that have come out to help us to cry out to our Congress, to our Senate, to our President, Vice President, even to the wives of our politicians. You are mothers. We would hate for you all to have to stand in our shoes and feel what we feel. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what class you're in, whether you're upper or lower. It doesn't matter your environment, and Newtown is here to prove that. What happened in Washington should prove that. It doesn't matter if you're in an urban community. Crime is crime, and something needs to be done about it. My son Dino was 18 years old, standing on his grandmother's porch at 5 o'clock in the evening. He did not deserve to be shot down like an animal. He had potential to be just like we are today, but that was taken away from him. And everybody want to talk about the Second Amendment right. What about our children? They have a right to live. And we stand here today. We stand here today as mothers and fathers up here. And I remember Cleo said it so profoundly, that it's a constant ache in your heart that we can never get rid of. No Tylenol, no morphine, no propofol will ever take this pain away. You guys can leave here and go on with your lives, but we got to go on to empty rooms because our children's lives were taken away by people who should not have had guns anyway. Most of our children's lives were lost by people under 21. killing you guys. And it's a global thing. It's beyond an epidemic. This is genocide in America.
Honestly, you got good females down here, like this sister that's holding this camera right here. Bad as a mug. I ain't gonna talk about her though. But this is for all you other females out there. The ones that's call themselves a bad bitch. Okay. A bad bitch to me means a female that got their head on their shoulders, got a job, working, you know what I mean? Got her own little crib, she doing her own thing, she might be driving, but just know she a good female that got her head on her shoulder, not worrying about men, drugs, sex, none of that. That's a bad bitch to me. You feel me? Now, what you females call yourself out here nowadays, that is not bad bitch. Cause you got big titties, nice ass, you get your hair done, your nails done every day. You basically putting yourself out there like Nicki Minaj. And look at her. I call her the queen of whores. Queen of the twerking whores. You call yourself a bad bitch and you want to be like Nicki, you a whore. You know what I mean? They call you a thought down here. Thought to me can mean that hole over there or the hood on that. Now, for all you females out here, half of y'all, the hood on that. That's bad. That is real bad down here. I got little sisters out here where she think it's funny to go here and have 6, 7 niggas. That shit bad. But I used to do that back in the day. That shit is bad. Because when you grow up and you really want to settle down and you really want a nigga, or for you niggas that really want a female, man, you ain't gonna get that. You gonna get fucking whore, labeled as a whore. Every time somebody try to holler at one of them joints and she know about you and you don't know about her, she gonna tell you. You a fucking thought, you a whore. I can't be with nobody like that. You men out here, it ain't about sex, drugs, and money out here, bro. It's about standing together, standing up for your community, doing something with yourself. So all the black people out here, instead of being called animals, we can be called God's loving kids, brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? It's the ones that stand up, the ones that want to do stuff. You feel me? The ones that want to go to college, make it a good name for themselves. You feel me? Not the ones out here. You know what I mean? I just feel as though like, you know what I mean? Me talking on the Rebirth TV to about this hood shit, it's like really pissing me off. But then again, it's making me happy because I'm speaking about it. And I just want everybody to understand and read this message. Like, I gotta understand, man. Like, I'm out here 24/7. You know what I mean? Regardless, I got my son with me. Regardless, I got bitches with me. Whatever you want to call it. I'm out here 24/7. I done been through it all. I done been shot at. I been shot somebody before. I done been locked up half my time in my life. I'm 24. I've been locked up 10 years out of my lifetime. You do the math. That is long. The longest bid I ever did in my life was 2 years. And I didn't even do that shit down here in punk-ass Delaware. I did that in Mexico. Any of you dudes down here that say going to jail is a hardcore thing, you're fucking dumb. I would take you to Mexico and let you see how they do it up there. You know what I mean? People down here just need to stop acting like that. You know what I mean? Stop acting like they don't give a fuck about shit. They give a fuck. Your mom and your dad didn't raise you. I don't care if you had your dad, but I know damn well y'all had your moms. And your moms didn't raise y'all to be like this. She raised y'all to go to school, do the right thing, and me fucking around and have kids and get married like that. Half of you young boys down here, y'all don't know how to read and write, but I bet y'all know how to go make a quick dollar and turn 15 cents into $1. That mean everybody know how to do that. That's easy, kid. You know what I mean? For you females out here, that thought shit, that bad bitch shit, that's stupid. You're making yourself look like your whores all the way around the board.
It's your boy K-Style, Mr. King of Twerk, holding down the Midwest. And you're now rocking with my big homie, DJ KG. Nice. Put it down. 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 Put it Take it to the ground, bring it back up, give me now.
that back.
I don't want Minnie Mouse for my kid party. I don't want Minnie Mouse at my baby party.
You gotta understand something. These rappers, they put a bad influence on these kids out here. These kids feel like, you know, I'm the shit. Because I got me, I'm no flexing or, you know what I mean? I got me a chain, a watch, or a car, and I'm driving. And mainly half of that shit, they stole. Or it came from their girl or their mama. You know what I mean? People need to understand some life out here, you know what I mean? This shit not funny. That Wilmington is not Wilmington, it's a murder town. And fucking killing everything, you know what I mean? Like, they make everybody down here look like we all fucking killers. That we don't know how to act around each other. That black people don't know how to be comfortable with other black people or anybody or any fucking color. You know what I mean? You're supposed to have respect. And without respect, you ain't shit. So, thanks for watching Rebirth TV. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If you get this message, you can understand me. By the way, my name's Charles Lloyd, aka Skano. I'm the shit. If you don't see me on Rebirth TV, you see me out here in the streets, holla at me. I'm that nigga. I can get you on your feet. I can make sure you got a job. Make sure that you're working in your life. We can talk about anything. Anything. You know what I mean? I'll talk to you about it.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days
when I was just a little gigolo, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could mac a baby hood rat. You'll remember way back then, when it was 1985, all the way live. I think I was about 10.
Just a kid, your baby yourself, you need to be fucking screwed somewhere, doing something with yourself, playing ball, playing football, or anything. All I'm saying to people out here is you can be anything in life. And half of these people give up that just to sell drugs, just to murder people, just to flex. Like, look at me. Females love me. I don't flex, I don't got no watch, no bracelet, no chain, you know what I mean? No flexing right here, moms. That's the difference. Money is not the key to everything. Don't pick up a gun and shoot somebody if you can't handle it. Anything you do, make sure you can handle it. This is for Rebirth TV. Security guard keep coming.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
days when I was young.